For the fire signs, your vibes for the week ahead, you've got a real person. I freaking love this, obviously. Totally love this. Fire signs, a real person is your vibes for the week ahead. This is you being authentic no matter what. You allowing yourself to shine. You not being afraid to speak up and be who you really are. And that is a beautiful thing. When you do this, fire signs, as the pioneers and the leaders of the zodiac, if you will, when you do this, it sends a ripple effect in your environment and in your life that empowers other people to feel safe enough to be authentic as well. So this is a beautiful, beautiful vibe to have for your week ahead, fire signs. A real person, continue that. Do not be ashamed of your uniqueness or your awkwardness or your gentleness or your otherness, whatever this is in your life, because that is what makes you special and unique and beautiful and stand out from the crowd. And those that need that kind of support and love and that energetic touch will seek you out, whether they mean to or not. They will resonate with that frequency. And they will feel empowered enough if they're not already. I feel like you see this. You're watching people blossom before your eyes, fire signs. I don't know who this is in your life, a child, a partner, somebody else. I feel this. It could be children that are picking up your example, people at work, whatever this is. You're watching people blossom, and Spirit wants you to know that it starts with you. You have blossomed. Have you given yourself any credit for that? You have come into this space of empowerment and authenticity that is just so magnetic, and it is influencing other people to do the same. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. Okay, so you're a real person and so are other people. That's great. So let's go into what you need to surrender this week. Fire signs, surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Okay? Surrender your fear of intimacy. Now, that intimacy does not have to mean romantic, guys. That can be being afraid to bond with other people, connect too deeply with neighbors, people at work, family members, reconnect, this kind of thing. The fear of intimacy can also be like, this is crazy, allowing people to know you on more than just a superficial level. And the fact that you are a real person, like, is there a fear there? Like, I feel like you're being authentic, and maybe you are really afraid. You know, I'm feeling uncertain, I'm feeling vulnerable. Maybe you really need this message that it's okay to continue doing this and being you and allowing that to be what it is. I'm also drawn in, like I said, to releasing those kinds of relationships or patterns that prevent you from opening your heart. And I'm talking about the kind of people who judge you. Always have, always will, okay? The kind of people who talk down to you or make you feel inferior in some way, okay? The kind of people who don't see you on an even level. I need to say this, Leo, you are not on a pedestal. If you, Leo, I said, wow, fire signs. Leo, am I calling somebody out? I don't know. Fire signs. You are not greater than nor less than anybody else, okay? And it's important to take stock of the connections in your life and notice where those imbalances might be. And there lies the area for adjustment, okay? Where you can bring those relationships into a successful, harmonious balance, or decide to remove them from your experience, okay? Any patterns. It doesn't have to be romantic relationships. It could be business partnerships that are a little fishy, that you don't really trust. I don't like your vibes. You're kind of a snake or shady, whatever. Deciding that you don't want to work with those kinds of people frees you up to do stuff that is more in alignment with you now, okay? Regardless of who you were or where you were at or how you felt when you signed up for this gig, okay? It's okay to change your mind at any time. It's okay to decide to change your focus, shift tracks, make adjustments, and you can do that. You're the only one who has the power to do this for yourself. Check it out. So your additional factor is the Four of Consciousness. Great gratitude, great gratitude. This means you've been grateful. You've been authentic, even though you've been kind of afraid to let people in. Maybe you have a little bit of a distance. That's why you've really been flowing in your own energy patterns, and it's been nice. But I fear that I feel that fear of rebuttal from certain people in your life. Spirit says like, hey, you know, you don't have to fully immerse yourself in every interaction that you encounter, fire signs, okay? You don't have to give every person that you meet the whole shebang of you. You can have those superficial high and by I'm fine conversations and bounce if it really doesn't matter to you how they're doing, and you don't need them to know how you're doing. You know what I mean? I feel this here. So making those adjustments is healthy. It's self-love. It's self-care. And you're focusing on priorities and what truly matters to you. So having great gratitude for the new level that you have reached in your life only opens you up for more than this. Even more blessings showering upon you. 4 is the number of a stable foundation. The foundation you're building on gratitude. And true gratitude is being grateful for the person that you really are inside and knowing your own worth. And I see that you do. Fire signs. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Aries. Aries, your card here is Major Arcana card number 21, the World. Okay? I feel like you have been there and done that and seen it all. That's why you're feeling quite empowered to be yourself, but also why you're slightly afraid to really deeply connect in some areas, okay, with other people who may potentially hurt you because you've seen the dark side of life and you don't want that to happen to you either. Okay, so being grateful for what you have and being grateful that you have your inner compass that can steer you away from the darkness that you now recognize because you have it in your history, right? You know who to stay away from. You ever been out on the street and kind of got bad vibes and just kind of crossed and did not want to pass that person who was coming your direction? Anybody? Have you ever had a feeling that you listened to and it swayed you the right way? That's what I'm talking about here, Aries, is that you are listening to your inner nudges and your inner knowing. However, it's not all or nothing. I feel like this can feel like all or nothing, okay? And it's okay to be authentic and let in the right people a little more deeply, a little closer, all right? And to steer clear of the ones that have that kind of energy that you know you want to stay away from. Oh, that reminds me of the same old drama. I can spot someone like that when I see them. You're not being judgy. You're being self-protective. You're opening up to, you're willing to open up to a deeper intimacy in your relationships, but you're picky and choosy. And that is empowerment. Okay, Aries, there you go. Leo, I see that you're walking away from the nonsense too. 8 of Cups here. You saw me shuffle these cards. Now, I know I called Leos out about that pedestal earlier, and Spirit will not let me forget it. I need to say this, Leo. The people, the places, the coping mechanisms, etc., that you are detaching from, that you are leaving to burn in that cup, and you are walking away and never looking back. I need you to know that those things that you're leaving behind, I feel that you need those things, people, places, job, whatever. I feel that you need the fuckets to let it go. All right? And Spirit is saying that you don't necessarily have to demonize that thing or that person. It doesn't have to be, you're evil and terrible and I'm pious and good and that's why we're separating. It can totally be like, hey, we're both cool, you know, but we're not in alignment anymore. So we're going to go our separate ways. Okay, so Spirit is saying, I know maybe you feel like you need those heavy emotions to force you into some kind of disconnection or big heavy change. But Spirit is saying your logical mind can do it in a much more peaceful and rational fashion. You don't have to take on those heavy emotions to build up the bravery. The bravery's there. Just tap into it. Just ask for it. Just make those cuts where you see that they need to be. And Sagittarius, you've got the 6 of Cups here. Whoa, Sag. 6 of Cups can literally be somebody from your past coming back to you. Okay? And this is funny because this can be somebody, Leo, somebody from that you're walking away from now. Okay? So Sagittarius, a real person, you've been authentic. Okay? You're grateful for the place that you are at in this moment and who you are today, the way that you have changed. Okay? I do say this. This can be others who are now resonating with the awesome magnetic frequency that lovely Sagittarius is putting out there into the universe, okay? This could be what this is, and if that's the case, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Evaluate this with your inner knowing. If this is something that you are interested in, lean into that. It could also be, if it's something that you know, burn me before, don't burn yourself. However, I don't feel that you're going to be burned. I'll just say this right now. A real person, you're authentic, surrender the fear of intimacy. That means everything's going to be okay. And they say this time, maybe you've given it a shot before and you're thinking about giving it a shot again. And maybe both of you guys have grown up and changed. And maybe it is time to try that thing. Maybe that's why you haven't put it out of your mind all these years. Okay? Sagittarius, whatever this is, there is gratitude that is bringing this into you. Your authentic light is bringing this into you. This is not a bad thing. Spirit also wants you to take a look at yourself. How far you've come, how much you've grown. That is important here. Who you used to be and who you are today, and how do you feel about that? I feel like you're feeling pretty damn good with that real person. Now, it's okay to allow others to get to know who you are now today and allow them to enjoy that too. Even if this isn't a romantic thing. Like, it's okay to allow others to know your true authentic self that you are now realizing now. You know what I mean? You've grown into this person and you're comfortable being this person alone. But when others are around, eek, I don't know. I kind of feel this here. So allow yourself to let others get to know you, Sagittarius. It's not unsafe. It's not unsafe. You're safe. You're growing and evolving. And it's just a part of the plan. So that's what I have for you guys. That's what I have for the fire signs. Thank you so much for letting me read for you guys today.